probably 20% higher in some instances, depending on the sandwiches we sell. So typically, industry standard, you want to be somewhere between like 27 and 34% for food cost. Why is there such a variance? Because it depends on what you're selling. So the more expensive your beginning product, the higher your food cost allotment is to be. So for us, barbecue, where our cost for beginning product is higher, that industry standards for food cost is a little bit higher. Why? Because it's a whole lot easier to charge 4 times the cost of a hot dog than it is 4 times the cost of a brisket. Because the market, just what the market will bear, and the market won't bear, for the most part, $40 pounds of brisket, $40, $50 pounds of brisket, for the most part. Would you agree, Skippy? Do you think you could sell a pound of brisket for $45? Yeah.
No, I was just doing the math the other day when it was, $5 a pound, you lose 50%. That's £10. That's $10 a pound cooked. Times 3 is $30 a pound.
Yeah, and that's before you add in your pan, so that your pan, your
whatever
your rub,
whatever else you,
all the other stuff.
Itself.
Yep. Yeah. So, my prices for raw product, I just went off GFS meat prices for right now. For the most part, ribs I went off based off what we were paying last year. I can't access prices on Costco meats for whatever reason online. I don't know. I'll be there today, so I'll be able to check out things. But so I went based off of what an average package of ribs cost us last year. Excuse me. Here, let me share this real quick. So everyone, if you're on, you can see. Sorry, I lost my buttons. All right, so you can see that. So let's start down here. So we have our raw price, our average weight of a brisket, and again, that's just based off what GFS has for average unit per case. Average cost of a brisket is about $60, $2 worth of rub, $1.76 for a full pan, bringing our total to $63.26. Using the general math of we lose half on cooking and trimming, gets us to a 7-pound brisket, which equals $9.04 per cooked pound, $2.26 for a cooked quarter pound, which is what we use on a sandwich, roughly. So to send a pound of brisket out of the window with a styrofoam container, 2 sauces, so sauce cups, total for $9.96 out the window, 1 pound of brisket. So if we come back up here to the top, our total cost of $9.96, we charge $27. So it shows that we make $17.04, which is a 36.88% food cost, which is clearly past that window, which isn't even the worst of it. Ribs, which we knew we were about 50-50, right there at 49%. The big surprise for me was chicken wings at 45%. So, and right now, so this is all based on current prices. Right now, a case of chicken wings is sky high. And I don't know if that's a normal this time of year thing with football, if it fluctuates higher right now. But we were paying $60 a case over the summer from GFS for jumbo wings, which makes a huge difference. So everything's set up in formulas, so I can easily change this throughout the year. So if we go back down to what it was before, at $60 a case, that brings that all the way down to 34% food cost, which is way better. But as the season starts, that's where we're at. Any questions thus far? Any surprises thus far? All right, cool.
No,
so there's our
ribs are, I mean, it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I can't charge more than $28 a rack, I don't think. You know,
charge less than that.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable charging more than that. You know, and we have days right now where we don't sell a single one. So, yeah, that those days sting, obviously, because we do 6 racks a day usually. Yeah, so losing out on that cost is rough. So once I had this, and again figured out the cost per quarter pound. I mean, if you look at pork's our star here at 23%. At 69 cents a cooked quarter pound is what it costs us. $3.69 for a pound out the window. So now if we go from there,
you don't have foil on here.
Oh, a sheet of foil.
2 sheets for ribs when you wrap them.
2.
Oh, I wrap in 2 always.
No, we single wrap. Anyway, it is. I think I increased one of the other amounts because I didn't have a good idea yet of that cost.
Okay.
At the moment.
Or a pan.
I think.
Or a lid.
So yeah, definitely. I would never do lids because it's so much more expensive than a roll of foil. I would guess our foil. Yeah, good eye. Our foil cost, I imagine, is pretty. And again, I'm guessing pretty small. I would put it probably somewhere in that 5 to 6 cents a half pan, maybe. But again, it's something I gotta work through and figure out what that cost is.
Yeah.
But good catch, Skippy. So once we have that, let's go over to. Let me check out this one. So my Mac ingredient list, everybody, go ahead and screenshot it. How we do ours, and I had always guessed it was $50 for a batch of mac and cheese for us. I was pretty damn close at $50.64. Man, I tell you, getting down to what 3/4 of a cup of flour costs. There's not the best pictures on websites of the nutritional fact lists.
Yeah.
The servings and servings per container and stuff. Luckily, I had a bag of flour in my pantry still. So total weight is 44 pounds, and that is an actual average. So last fall, I had actually gone through and weighed, I think, 3 days worth of pans of mac to come up with an average weight per pan, which is about 5.5. So that's how I got that number to then get all the rest of the numbers. So our cost per pound is $1.15. And then, yeah, so a 8-ounce and 16-ounce containers are small and large sides, which are by volume, 8-ounce and 16-ounce, actually hold true to the half pound for an 8-ounce container and a full pound in a 16-ounce container, oddly enough, for a mac and cheese, on average. So that all kind of worked out well. But yeah, for a small side, I mean, we're at great numbers across the board there. Fantastic numbers across the board there.
Yeah, could be.
So for loaded, now we get to our loaded section. As you can see, our loaded macs are right where they need to be, if not better. Now we get to Durachos, and it's a whole different story. That one surprised me a little bit. We're still within that range, but I didn't expect it to be that much higher than it was. And this is with a price increase of 50 cents on the Durachos.
So all right, go back to your. So when you're loaded, you're saying it's $1.15 for how much mac and cheese you put in there?
A pound, yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So it's a pound of mac and cheese going into the container. On average.
Okay. Yeah.
The diced red onions and
how did you get sliced jalapeno cost?
It's not that hard.
I mean,
again, some estimating is happening. the price of a jalapeno on average. And then it's about a quarter of a jalapeno per loaded mac, So again, these two numbers are probably higher than what they actually are, but probably by not much. So obviously all red onions are different sizes. So what I'll have to do is figure out the weight of whatever the amount of onions that goes on and the amount of jalapenos that goes on.
This
and then
normal.
Transfer that. Yeah. So if anything, I would guess these numbers go down a little bit here, which helps these numbers out. But, yeah. So are you surprised, Skippy, that those numbers are as good as they are based on our previous conversations?
I mean, based off of as long as you're happy. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh is having a seizure. Please go backwards.
Because Skippy refuses to say that he was wrong, and it's just as long as you're happy.
No.
Because he's still standing by that I am giving too much for too little money.
Well, I am. Your food costs and stuff doesn't change that.
Sure it does.
No.
You guys make it sound like I'm losing money on it.
You're losing the potential of money.
No. That's not the same thing.
It absolutely is.
Then you should be open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because you're losing out on potential sales.
I mean, yeah, probably. But for the days that I'm open, see, here's the thing is I've weighed out my loaded mac, and it's about a pound in a little container. So it's all about perceived value. If I give you a little container that's heavy as shit versus a big container that's heavy, I still think my value is better.
You do realize that we're only like a quarter pound heavier than you, right?
I get it. But I'm still making more than you.
No, whatever.
I'll do
mine. We're never going to agree. We're never going to agree on our loaded mac prices. I've also never had a review that said I didn't get as much food as I thought I would for the money I spent.
That's what you may never have that review. Absolutely.
All right. We have some comments from JT that I need to get to.
What's up, JT?
JT said it's probably like a 4 to 5 ounce ladle. I agree. It probably is. Don't forget about trim waste. So you're really looking at 45% yield unless you are making sausage or burgers, etc. with the trim. The trim is included in my weight. So it's sticker weight and then cooked weight. So on average, we're about 50%, if that makes sense. So I don't weigh, I'm not going 50% after trim. I'm going 50% from package. I don't know about Skippy, but we don't aggressively trim. We're not trimming comp briskets.
No,
I'm only taking surface fat off. There's a lot of days that I don't trim anything off the fat cap for the most part. So, and we're still about 50%. So, give or take, depending on the brisket. Obviously, it fluctuates. These are all average. JT says he's buying ribs for about $8 a rack right now. So, I think we were probably close to that towards the end of the year. I went based off kind of our high limit for last year, and we were about $12 a rack at the highest for last summer case prices. So, it's kind of what I went with. Actually, I don't even remember what I went with. I think I might even gone 13. Just $13.47 a rack. So that number should get better. If we drop that down to, average cost $11.67. So let's see, so if that was $24 a package, not $2,400. That gets us all the way down to 36% food cost. So we're going to stick with our rough what we were paying before. So it will stay at 49% right now. But thank you, JT, for commenting. bring it all in, people. We'd love to hear it. So really all of our loadeds are falling within that range. This was a sigh of relief for me, really. I expected those to be a little bit higher, especially on the loaded max. I expected them to be a little bit higher for us to be pushing towards that 32% ish range. So this all made me feel better. And JT told me to tell you to share the banana pudding recipe with me.
I will.
Thank you, JT. He was going to sit on that one for a while.
Try it first.
The banana pudding that I made was pretty freaking awesome. Ended up being more like a banana fluff, almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, super good. Bananas didn't turn. I got a couple thoughts in my head to kind of up it a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having banana pudding on the truck this spring. So, and then kind of one last one that we'll touch base on. I haven't finished this yet. It's still a work in progress, but all our sandwiches, which all look pretty freaking rock star. So, as far as food cost goes. Now, none of this takes into account waste. So this is
peanut butter. Oh, there it is.
No, I appreciate you looking this closely at it, because sometimes it takes a fresh pair of eyes. Like, I'm certain I forgot something somewhere.
You're good. Keep going.
So
you're
yeah,
good.
this assumes that that's the food cost if you sell out every day. So I made enough for this, and I sold all of it. Which obviously, in our 35-ish weeks last week, I think we had 38 sellouts. So we averaged just over one per day, or one per week. I'm sorry. So yeah, what about the other days? And that's kind of where you get into. So this is great for kind of deciding prices. You want to make sure that you're at a base level, you're doing okay. Because if those are all at 50%, what's going to happen when you have to have a day where it's pouring rain and you don't sell food, and you're throwing away half your food? So which comes into the next section of my spreadsheet, and something that I have never done in the 5 years so far, and that's weekly inventory. And it's going to suck, and I'm not going to like doing it. But this is the only way to get a true food cost for the week. So the beginning inventories, you can see it's only one block. That's because that is the value, your purchased value of your inventory. So for us, we'll go in once a week. We'll count everything, determine what how much dollar amount of pickles we have or whatever in our inventory, and then whatever we purchased throughout that week, the dollar amount of the same inventory gives us our total inventory, and then whatever our food sales is, and then you do the math, and that'll give you your true food cost percentage for the week. That's going to be terrifying the first couple of times. So that'll be our true mark.
But that's controllable, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So because the biggest part will be waste in here. That'll be the biggest fluctuation here is slow days. If we're selling out 4 days out of the 6, this is going to take care of itself pretty easy. And I know the first couple of weeks are probably going to be a little out of whack because we're going to be heavy. We're restocking everything, Inventory amounts right now are pretty low for some stuff, naturally, because we're not buying stuff the last week unless we absolutely need it, type of thing. Can we scrape by on the pickles we have? Let's not buy another case just to have them sit in storage, type of thing. So, So I have to go out. That'll be another thing for this week, is to kind of go out and get that beginning inventory for our pre-week 1 inventory. Let's kind of see where we're sitting. So, and then trying to figure out, what our cost per whatever is out there, which I have a pretty good start on a lot of that stuff. So, I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's another admin task that I need to do on the weekly basis, but hopefully with the staff that we have, I can fit that in on a consistent basis. So, not something I was super great at, getting the admin stuff done this year on a regular basis. So,
very good.
Well, now I am when I'm not doing anything else. It's that making sure it's done in June when we're doing a $60,000 a month type thing,
Yeah.
And when I get a half day that I'm not on the truck to sit down and do this versus take a nap. So,
no more naps.
Fran says good decisions are made with good data, and you're exactly right. That's exactly what we're going for, is more data. I'm going to share in our chat boxes. I have a link about calculating food costs, and it actually came off of another POS provider, Lightspeed. But a pretty decent little article on. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Pretty good little article on food cost and calculating said data. So I will post it in our comments everywhere, and then I'll put it on our Facebook page too later. So yeah, there's that. I wish, so I started playing around with the inventory feature on Square a little bit. It is not what I thought it was going to be.
I did the inventory feature the first time this weekend for ribs to make sure I didn't oversell them. I don't know how to. I don't. I think it's impossible.
I thought it was going to be more of a true inventory, like a full inventory type feature, but JT asked if I was just using Excel to calculate. Pretty much. So I'm a Google user, so it's Google Sheets. I'm not paying Microsoft more than I have to. But yeah, it's just all in Google Sheets. JT, if you want a copy of what I have for you to play with, if you can try to make sense of what I have, I'd be happy to share it with you. Or if you want to give me another week or two to kind of iron out the formulas and stuff, make it more sensical, I can do that too and get to you later. Spreadsheets are a great tool with calculations and stuff. It makes things pretty easy with some pretty basic functions. You can do a lot from even sheet to sheet. It's not that hard, and Google is your friend. So
love me some Google.
Yep. I'm definitely not deep into tables and stuff on these spreadsheets. That is beyond my thought process. So enough functions for me to get the data that I need, and to manipulate said data if I need to, and not manipulate like cook the books and manipulate, change prices and stuff. So,
absolutely cooking the books anyway.
All right, so that's where I have so far, Skippy. I'm gonna mute real quick and blow my nose.
Oh, please do.
Wrong button.
Very, very, very in-depth. Green. I didn't think it was even going to be that. You definitely didn't mute.
Oh, damn it! It said mute on my. I know I'm not now.
We're still hearing you, bud. Now you're muted. Or Yeah, very granular. I love it. I can't wait to start. I'll do that with mine. That was good. Your loaded mac wasn't. It's definitely not as profitable as it could be, but like I said, as long as you're happy.
All right. Okay, so
no, we don't need to get back into it.
No, because I want everybody to. We're talking about numbers, and this has been brought up. I don't know, about 1,000 times on the show. How did I do that? Hold on a second.
We just need to. We're just doing this to pop a rating, folks.
Okay, so in your opinion, portion size, are they getting more meat in theirs, or do you think it's just mac and cheese is the only difference? Because you said your total weight's about a pound. Ours is 1.25 pounds ish.
I believe it's going to totally counteract everything I've said. I believe you're more than likely giving them a lot more mac and cheese.
Okay.
You are very mac and cheese heavy. I don't believe you are very meat heavy.
Okay. Do you think I'm twice as much mac and cheese?
Twice.
75%.
Why? So you could throw in another $1.15 and go from there.
I'm gonna adjust the spreadsheet so we can see in real time.
I do, but you're probably 1.5 times. You're probably. I mean, you're.
So you think you're 25%?
If you're filling a
25% less.
Container, if you're filling a 9x9 container, and I'm doing the
same
thing.
We're a pound of mac and cheese. We're a pound of mac and cheese. So if you're doing a 1/4 pound of meat, roughly.
Yeah, I'm doing a 1/4 pound of meat, and probably.
So that means you're 3/4 of a pound of mac and cheese.
Mine. Okay. Yes, that's about right.
All right, hold on. Let's bring it back up here. All right. So we're going to do some live math. So my mac and cheese was $1.15 for a pound. All right.
Oh boy.
So $1.15 times 0.75. Is that right? Am I doing that right? So 86 cents if I were to do the same amount of mac and cheese as you. Okay.
I'm pulling up my calculator right now. Okay.
I'll even go 87 cents and round up the other 2 digits.
All right, 87.
So pork mac and cheese. So I'm going to go 87 cents for the mac and cheese involved. Oops, what was the previous? 19.2 is where we started. Mm-hmm. So just changing the mac and cheese alone adds another 2% in food, or reduces it by 2. Okay? On board?
Okay.
Now, the other thing you got to think of is you're using a 9x6 container, not a 9x9, right?
I'm using a 6x6 container.
So what's your cost?
Hamburger container. I don't know. I can find out real quick, though.
All right.
Please hold.
Mm-hmm. So to recap, we started at a 19.2% food cost. Another comment. I don't know if CK is listening. I don't know if he's trying to get us to move on or is tired of this argument. But he says, or she, I'd say the customers are happy, and that's what matters. I agree, but I'm stubborn.
I'm telling you, that's 100% accurate. I will. The cost of said container is 8 cents.
Wow. All right. So 8 cents, 0.08. I fully expected it to be more. Because the 6x9 hoagie containers are twice as much as the 9x9.
Well, here's the thing: is you can buy the 6x9 hoagie containers, or you can actually buy a 9x6 or a 6x9 container. So they both sell the same.
Yeah.
One's better. One's cheaper. Let's put that way.
Right. Yes. So yeah, it's the straight 6x9 container. It doesn't say hoagie on it, the ones that I priced, but they're still twice as much because it's a specialty container.
Yes.
So factoring in, so you're at 16.83. So we've dropped it to about 2.5% on food costs. So, which means with your version, you're at an $11.23 profit. That's charging what I charge still, because you're charging about the same, right?
It's 12 and 14.
So $12 for pork.
Pork neck, yeah.
Okay, $12. You seeing this? Seeing the number?
Mm-hmm.
0.3% is what you're better than me. 0.3.
Better.
No, that it's better. 0.3% better food costs. The lower the number, the better it is. 0.3. So you're making $9.73 a pork loaded mac.
Well, actually, I'm making more because I don't put like the onions and jalapenos on it.
Jesus Christ!
Just saying. You want?
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah. So, anyways, there we go.
I appreciate that. That's good. That's good to see.
Mm-hmm. So there it is. We will put that to bed. Bottom line, everybody's making money.
Until I do
and roughly the same amount of money per loaded mac. However, we are selling a ton more than you are. Loaded macs we are, right?
I don't know, are you?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you would have to be because you did more in sales, period. So
sold like 5,000 of them last year.
I sold a lot.
You're looking, aren't you? I don't know. My sales for this year are looking pretty paltry. So far, you're beating me. Good job, Skippy.
I mean, I try my best.
So I've been. We have not scheduled any of our Spectrum Health offices yet this year. Pretty good mainstay in our rotation. We just had a pretty good jump in our YouTube listeners at the moment, and our Riverside. Sorry, everybody, if you thought we started at 9. I made a mistake and I changed it. Hopefully, you saw it earlier.
However, you can go back and listen to it.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Especially on YouTube, you can probably rewind right to the beginning right now. So,
are you using 9x9 containers
for what? Loaded bags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
What math are you doing over there?
Nothing.
I feel like I'm walking into an ambush. Oh,
yes. Well, you are walking into an ambush.
While I was perusing and getting prices on some of our disposable items, souffle cups, our 2-ounce souffle cups.
Mm-hmm.
We found GFS has a compostable souffle cup now. That is the exact same price. Yep.
Really? Same price?
Yeah, same price. Wow. Which is awesome. And we would love to go to more compostable stuff. The majority of it is 3 times more expensive than everything else.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing keeping us from doing it. As you can see, we're pretty tight on our food cost numbers. All right. So, did you find out how many you sold last year?
No, but I do have a question.
Oh, God damn it!
When you go, you're getting your 9x9s from Gordon's.
Yeah.
And are you buying them by a case? I assume.
Oh yeah, always.
So I assume you get a little bit of a discount because there's like what 2 in a case or something.
It's 12 cents a container. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By the case. Are you looking at prices right now?
Yeah, it's if you buy it by itself, by the bag, it's the 75. It's like 16 cents.
Yeah, go do the math on aluminum pans.
I don't buy any aluminum pans from Gordon's at all.
It is absolutely absurd, the single pan to case pan price.
Yeah, it's like half
ridiculous. It's no less than that. So there's been days where they didn't have any cases out, and I desperately needed full pans or whatever, and it's like 3 short of a case on the shelf. And I just tell them, yep, there's 50 of them there, because they won't count them. They just take my word for it, whatever I say. So like I bump up the number to a full case because it saves me $60. I don't know. Why can't I find anything? Oh well. Okay, there's that. Filter by.
Oh,
There
we're talking about loaded Mac.
It's not filter by. Is it Control F? Loaded. That's not right. Anyway.
Okay, I have mine up.
Hold on. I'm getting there. Maybe. I really got to clean up my item list.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, just when I did a rib dinner at the restaurant or the coffee shop, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
I added not a variant, but a option. And I didn't realize you can add an option that's got dollars. So I just added like dinner. So they can click my person clicks the full rack, and then it brings up the option of adding a dinner to it.
Okay.
That was kind of neat.
I'm almost there, sorry. Okay, let's see. Count. Let's see. So I sold to 3,700 roughly. Loaded max.
Well, that's cute. 1130.
That's cute.
You're about 1,000 more than me. I'm at 2,700.
Well, good. Those are both solid numbers. Good job, Skippy. Do you want the spreadsheet? What I have right now?
Sure.
Is that helpful for you? Okay.
I'll throw something in
it. And I imagine some of our numbers are probably going to be pretty similar, at least on some of the ingredient lists and stuff. So, yeah, if you have any questions, Skippy, about items that I used, just let me know. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had for the day. Next week, we're going to try to have our year-end numbers for you guys. So our total profit-ish numbers, and hopefully,
yeah, I'll have that.
I don't know that I'll have mine ready, but I'm going to try.
I did get my Square 1099 today or Saturday.
Yeah,
that's good.
Awesome. Good. It's good. Is it?
It's about what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know if I got mine yet or not.
Square definitely got some dollars for me though. $5,400 last year in fees.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have an episode. Sorry, we're just spitballing, people. I apologize. We got 5 minutes left. Have an episode on Square or on fees on Isaac had, or I don't think it was Isaac. It was somebody had asked sent us a message about. I read it completely wrong, and you answered it. I think the way he or she wanted to have it done, but passing Square fees on to customers.
Yeah.
I know there are a bunch of trucks around my area that will give. They'll say that if you want to pay a card, it's a 3% convenience fee or something of that nature. To me, that as a customer, that runs me off. That runs me off. But yeah, I think that's you can have a discount for a cash price now, maybe, but
yep, I mean, and that's what I said. everything should be built in. If you want to charge extra for people running credit cards, or if you want to pass that fee along, then you need to build it into your standard menu price.
Yeah.
And then if you want, like I said, like I told, I think it was Isaac, if you want to then do a discount for those paying cash, that's much better received and probably a better mental incentive for people to pay cash than to be, oh, I'm going to get penalized for using my credit card versus I'm getting a discount for using cash. I'm getting, yeah. It's all about the psychology of what you're doing and how you present something to customers. So I'm glad you brought that up. I completely forgot about it.
Also, I should have talked about this earlier. So we had our first meeting with what we call our Jackson Area Food Truck Association. Quickly, it's an association that we have 26 food trucks in Jackson County, which Jackson County doesn't have more than probably 20,000 people in it. It's very similar to probably your Grand Rapids Food Truck Association or whatever it's called, but we're not charging anything to be in yet. But we invited our downtown development authority director to our meeting because they run our food truck events downtown, and we, lack of better words, but I think it works. We blew her wig. She was bombarded with requests and things that we hated with a bunch of food trucks together. So I think she got way more than she bargained for. I definitely appreciate her being there and kind of letting us know what she wants to do. The problem when we are all about local trucks. We believe local trucks spend local money. And she's from Lansing, which is about an hour north. So she's coming down here. We told her we asked for those food truck events that we didn't have out of town food trucks. When the only type of cuisine you can't get within our group is like an Asian style cuisine. And of the 12 that she wants to use, she wants 4 to be out of towners. And it's like, we kept asking her why. And she gave us the political answer of because of variety. Like, but we have the variety. I mean, there's 4 barbecue trucks in our town, and one has a brick and mortar. The other ones are, I guess, true barbecue, if that's what you call it. But yeah, it was very interesting. So if anybody has set up something like this in their town, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to get some more ideas, and I can share with you what ideas we've gone through. It was very eye-opening to have an organizer there and to see what they wanted from us versus just, them sending an email, hey, we're going to charge you $75 to come down and sell food. So
yeah, I'm going to reach out. I'll reach out to our guy here. I know that our application window just closed for Food Truck Fridays, and he's supposed to get dates out in the next week. So I'm imagining he's pretty busy right now. But I'll see if he's willing to come on. He can push the Grand Rapids Food Truck Association a little bit, and then probably help guide you guys to, why it started and how it's going and things he's learned, which I imagine is a bountiful.
Well, to give you an idea, so we had Tiki Sam on the podcast late last year, and he has a pizza friend in Syracuse, New York, or Rochester, Syracuse, and they charge $400 a year to be a part of this food truck association.
Yep.
But they also have 90 events throughout New York or upstate New York for people to go to, and they coordinate and everything like that. And they have rules, bylaws, everything that has to go into setting it up. So
yeah, we're not ours is pretty similar. You don't have to be a member to be a part of the events. Members get preferred placement.
Yes.
But yeah, again, he does all of the all of the coordination of the events. He is our liaison to other events. And yeah, I mean, he's tight with local government to make sure that these events go off well, and without problems from the public or from happy and unhappy public. So, which he's had to deal with plenty of. So, yeah. Yeah, that'll be a good one to have. Other guests we're trying to get. We do have I'm working on a couple. One has turned into maybe a different conversation than what I originally thought we were going to have. But Skippy, if you can help me with that one that we talked about. I reached out and I did not get anything back from him. So
I got you.
I don't know if I don't know how comfortable he would be coming on. So, but I'd be interested to see how that went and how it happened the way it happened or whatever. So I think it'd be a great conversation for the group.
Yeah.
Not only a positive here, but we like to talk about maybe the other half of food truck life. And sometimes it doesn't work out. It is a hard life to be a part of. So
I started with something that didn't work out and I'm growing. So
yeah,
Josh has Chris.
This is not an easy life.
It is not.
If anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying.
You know what? I had somebody tell me the other day. I think food trucks are straight cash grab. Like, okay, I don't work 60 hours a week, no problem.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
yeah,
Skippy's got a mattress full of money.
It's in a safe. Okay, gosh,
just printing money, man. Printing money.
If I had your money, I'd burn mine. Okay.
Just cashing checks and collecting rings.
Hashtag Aiden Hutchinson. All right, folks.
All right, everybody.
It's about our time.
That's the show. Don't forget to, if you could, please go out to our YouTube channel, MMFT Guys, and subscribe there.
Bang that button. Bang it. Like, hit that button. Just slam it.
Smash the subscribe button. That's
smash the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Click the reminder so you get the dings when we go live.
Yep. Absolutely. And if you're feeling especially generous, make sure you follow both of us on our Facebook pages, Facebook, Instagram, and I know that I at least have a TikTok where you can find me too. So find us in all the places. We appreciate all the support, guys, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.